We are on absolute fire. We are on absolute fire on this YouTube channel. 6 wins in my last past 7 bets. As we approach this new year now, we're going to be looking at the game in the Premier League today between Brentford and Arsenal. As you can see below me, we've been crushing it, absolutely crushing it all season. We're approaching 150 units, which is absolutely insane to think. I'm going to share with you my thoughts and predictions between this game and the value bet builder that I'm going to be recommending to stick 3 units down on this afternoon. But enough waffle, let's just get straight into it. So as you can see there, Brentford versus Arsenal, going to be taking only 4 sections as well. Try to keep this as simple as possible. Over 1 goal, over 3 corners for Arsenal, over 2 cards between both teams, and no red card. So let's start off by looking at the goals. So this game has a projection to be a high scoring game, and we can see that from the hit ratios. So the both teams to score section has a 73% probability compared to 60% of the league average. The over 1.5 goal, surely that's a given when looking at the both teams' recent forms as well. That has a 89% hit ratio, and the over 2.5 has a 56% hit ratio. The expected amount of goals in this game is 3.84. The expected amount of cards is 4.67. And for the corners, we're looking at around about 10 corners, which is really the same to the league average. The league average is just under 11. In their last game, in Arsenal and Brentford's last game on the 9th of March last season, let's take a closer look at that. Arsenal came away with a 2-1 victory. They had 10 corners in total themselves. They were playing at home, mind, and there was 6 cards handed out in that game. There was a lot of volume from Arsenal, as we can see. 7 shots on target, 18 shots in total, 72% possession. They pretty much, you could say, dominated that game, but they only won by the 1 goal deficit. Now Brentford's home form has been really good. Let's take a little closer look at Brentford and how they've been playing lately. So in the last past 5 games at home, they've won 3, drawn 1, and they lost their previous game against Nottingham Forest. But we can see they've been scoring really well. They've been scoring really well at home. 2.89 goals per match at home this season for Brentford. It's been a lot of volume. They started off the season really strong, playing at home. Really strong. If we take a little look at Arsenal's away form, it's been good. It's been very good. They currently sit 3rd in the Premier League table on 36 points. They're definitely going to be looking to get the W today, but it's not going to be easy for them at all. It won't be. In their previous home game against Crystal Palace, they swept them 5-1. Close game with Fulham, 1-1 draw. They've been scoring a lot of goals away from home. In their last past 5 games, they've scored over 4 goals 3 times. 5-1 against Palace, 5-2 against West Ham, in Europe against Sporting Lisbon, 5-1 as well. So the over 1.5 goals for Brentford has a 78% hit ratio and a 44% hit ratio for Arsenal. So I do think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game today. You could possibly even take the over 2.5 line if I'm being totally honest, but just to stay on the safe side, we're going to be taking over 1 goal. Over 3 corners for Arsenal. Now we all know Arsenal are absolutely amazing at scoring from the corner flag. They scored the most goals from the corner flag in the Premier League last season, and they're on course to do the same again this season. They averaged, though, 4.56 corners per game. Brentford actually averaged more corners than them. So Brentford are averaging 5.56 corners. But I just don't like the overall hit ratios when looking at the two teams together. So over 8 corners in total gives you a 73% average. That would be the line to play if you're going to go for the over corners, both teams combined. That's why I just preferred going with over 3 corners from Arsenal. Even though Brentford average more corners than Arsenal, I do think playing away from home, they're definitely going to be looking at taking advantage from set pieces and corners. The over 2 cards, this is going to be a very aggressive game. Arsenal are going to have to come out playing aggressively. They are chasing Liverpool, and they're currently, as it stands, behind Forest. They've slipped down that Premier League table just a little recently. If you look at their overall performance as well, they've been doing good, but that draw against Everton just kind of killed them, with Liverpool and Nottingham Forest being on perfect form. So let's take a little look at the hit ratio in regards to the cards. So the over 2.5 card section for Arsenal this season has 100% hit ratio. For Brentford, 89, giving you an average of 95%. The no red card is basically going off the probability of the referee in charge of this game. He hands out a card. He hands out over 2.5 cards, he has a 72% ratio. Over 3.5 cards, he has a 57% hit ratio. So maybe if you were just looking at a single pick for this game, the cards could be one, but the 57%, I don't like it. I like the probability to be anywhere between 70 or higher, personally for me. Other people will take more of a risk, but just like to keep things nice and simple. Currently looking at games in the Championship as well. There's a big slate of games in the Championship today. We've got a number of teams playing, but I really do like this value bet builder for the Premier League. Going to be recommending stick 3 units on it. Let's try and climb as close to 50 units as we can. If you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I recently passed 100 subscribers, on my way now and trying to approach that 200 mark. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day.